Okay, we will call this meeting to order. We're meeting in regular session, July 11th, 2022. All board members are present except for Ms. Jones being absent. Is there a motion to accept the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
The motion's been made and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
The agenda is accepted. We move to comments and concerns. On behalf of the board and the district, I want to welcome Ms. Satterley again as our new superintendent. This is her first board meeting. She has, from all accounts, been pretty busy meeting with our administrators and some staff, and from reports, it sounds like when people meet her, they very quickly become a fan. So all good. I'm really excited for staff to get back, students to get back, and for you to get in the buildings and see the excitement, the dedication, the passion, and see who we really are. That's where it's evident. So again, thank you for agreeing to serve, and I hope you are being welcomed. I presume you are. So we're glad to have you with us.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't think anyone else has asked to address us tonight. So we move to reports. You've received the personnel report. If you have any questions, you can contact Ms. Satterley. The next item is the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved. Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. The consent agenda is approved. We're on to new business. The first order of new business is to approve Ms. Satterley as the board secretary. Is there a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Did you explain what that means?
Oh, okay, yeah, that doesn't mean that she'll be taking minutes or that type of thing. It's just an official designation, appointing her so that she is the official keeper of all documents and records. She will be the one that is the point person for open records requests, or if there should be any type of legal service or notification. So it just puts her formally, officially as the point person for those type of events. Okay, the next item is a discussion of the registrar position at Frankfurt High. I think you had some information provided, and Satterley.
I think when I was going, is it okay if
Sure. Yes, absolutely.
I think when I was looking through Mr. Reed's Section 7 change request, he had used a job description that was a data technician, but I was able to find one for that was more suited towards a registrar and the duties that he had listed here for the proposed change. So what he is wanting to do is change the current approved Section 7 allocation with a vacancy of a guidance counselor at this time, and change that guidance counselor position to a classified position for a registrar who can take over a lot of the clerical duties that those guidance counselors often have to do themselves. And having been a high school guidance counselor, I can attest to the fact that a lot of that stuff gets absorbed by the high school guidance counselors, and they don't really have a whole lot of time to do the counseling part of their job because of the clerical paperwork end of it. And I think the savings to the district, I think it's on the front page of that. The savings was going to be between $28,000 and $42,000 by changing that to a classified position.
And this is something that in years past we have had at the high school. You all may remember Ms. Montgomery and Ms. Smith, each were part-time doing that, helping the guidance counselor and with this type of duties, so.
Well, and just a little tidbit of information, unless they've changed it, the American School Counselor Association recommends one guidance counselor per every 250 students. So, and most schools don't have one. They have one per every 3 to 350. So one is pretty doable for Frankfurt High School, I think.
And this,
especially with these duties taken off their plate.
Yeah. And I mean, I think it's definitely worth, taking a shot at it. I mean, we can always reevaluate after a year, but I think from my perspective, it might, improve efficiency within the council and guidance office. So, any questions, comments?
I appreciate it. As soon as this was from Mr. Reed,
Mhm.
I appreciated
Yes,
having
yes.
this information. It really helped me get my head around it because I was a little bit, I just think of the workload that the counselors have. It was hard to imagine how that was going to work, but reading the justification.
When I was a high school guidance counselor, I had a registrar, and she was my right arm for things like that. It's a big help, a big help.
Okay, is there a motion to create the position of registrar at Frankfurt High School?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Motion carries. The position is established. Move to the certified salary schedule. Your comments, or this is something we've been thinking about, that there was never any question of whether or not we wanted to do it. But in our district, especially, there's, our revenues are somewhat limited because of our real property issue. So I think Ms. Satterley has taken a good look along with Kim at some of our financial information and is prepared tonight to make a proposal, a recommendation.
Well, I think you can give that credit to Ms. Beers and Ms. Smith and Dr. Barber. They did a lot of the legwork prior to my arrival. But I have looked at what they put together, and it looks as if with your carry forward and with your beginning balance together, that salary and fringes are only going to make up, if Ms. Beers, correct me if I'm wrong, 76.16% of your total budget. And the state recommends anywhere between 70 and 80. If you're getting over 80, you need to look at it. But it looks as if currently, even with your ESSER positions, that you're not even reaching that threshold. Am I explaining that correctly? I'm gonna claim new kid on the block and ask for help if I need it. But it looks to me like you're sitting pretty well at the recommended percentage from the state as it is, even with those extra ESSER positions. So my recommendation is that you do give the 2% raise to all staff.
And, obviously we wish it could be more, and, 2% is not much, but it is an acknowledgement of, the fact we know what a difficult couple of years it's been, and how hard our staff has worked to try to get us back to some kind of normalcy. So I fully agree with the recommendation. Are there any comments, questions?
That's with the understanding that our section 7 may have to be decreased in years to come due to just our financial concerns.
Yeah, it seems like anytime we give a raise, there's always a trade-off. So I think at this point in time, our staff and employees recognize that, understand that, and
Well, and a little help was made with that when you just approved the registrar versus the guidance counselor, right? Because that was a Section 7 position as well. And depending on who fills that position, it could be half of what it's going to cost for you to give a 2% raise, because it's going to cost between 95 and 100,000 if you hire somebody that's going to give you a $42,000 decrease. Then that's part of it. It kind of offsets a little bit. So I think it's definitely a good time for it, coming off of the pandemic, and that was tough on teachers and classified staff and principals and everybody.
Okay, is there a motion to approve a 2% raise to the certified salary schedule?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Motion carries and the raise is approved. We are now to superintendent's comments.
I told you all early on I like to talk, so we've gone through this agenda really quickly, but we've gotten to superintendent comments, and that's a little scary. No, I just wanted to, number one, thank you for the 2%. That's a big deal to teachers right now. And, I think that goes a long way, just showing that you're supportive of your teachers and your staff and your students and your families. I uploaded an e-meeting if you want to look at it at some point, but I will email it to you tonight because it has like some hyperlinks in it too. Just something I'll do for every board meeting that has the 7 superintendent standards, and it has things that I've been doing to address those standards, which, having been on the job a week, it's a short document this week, but like Gina said, or like Ms. Greathouse said, I think I've been pretty busy. So you'll see on there several things that have been going on aligned to standards, but just a couple of highlights from my perspective, some things that I've done since, well, really June 28th. I was able to spend a couple of days with Dr. Barber, which was wonderful, just to pick his brain. And then July 1, hit the ground running. I've been on a 2.5-hour district tour with Mr. Driscoll and got to see all the buildings and the boundaries of the district and everything the light touches from Daniel Boone's cemetery. So it was nice. That was really nice. We saw the athletic facilities. Am I forgetting anything? We saw all of it. I've had 1-hour meetings with all principals and directors with the exception of Ms. Beers. We have one tomorrow. So, and those have just kind of gone, what's your role? What's your responsibilities? What do you see as important? And what do you need from me as your superintendent? And I've heard a little bit of everything. So it's nice. People have come in prepared and ready, and they're ready. So let's see. I visited the 2nd Street Jumpstart last week on the first day of that. So I got to see some kids in action. And the CKEC superintendent, they have a weekly meeting. I jumped on that last week just to see what that was all about. And it's basically just it's a free-for-all of what's everybody dealing with. House Bill 563 was a big conversation on that one. So I got some good ideas from that. Thursday and Friday, I had new superintendent training. So I was gone, and my office was painted while I was gone. So it was nice to come back to the gray and get to accent with blue and orange now. So, this morning I met with both preschool teachers about just preschool and how that goes, and getting my little Jack enrolled. I've already enrolled both boys. They're already enrolled. Mr. Hale emailed me and asked me if they were 2 students we should consider. It's like, yes, please. Yes, please. Let's see, I went to the Players First basketball camp last week. My son got to come to that, so it was nice for him to meet some people and make some friends. I'm not even sure that the friends he made were Frankfurt students, but he thought they were, so it made him feel a little better.
He's quite the competitor, too.
Oh my gosh, yes, he is quite the competitor. This morning marked the end of athletic dead period, so we had athletic practices going on today. I made it to soccer practice, boys soccer practice this morning to watch some of that. Let's see. I've been assigned my mentors, Stephen McCauley from Paris Independent, which is kind of full circle because I think Dr. Barber mentored him when he was a new superintendent. So it's kind of like The circle's coming around. A couple of things we're working on. We are planning a day of new hire onboarding that's a little more in-depth than I think you all are used to. Next week on the 19th, I'm having a day-long retreat with the principals and assistant principals. We hired a new food service director today. I've planned collaborative meetings with everybody starting the first week of August, I think. A district leadership meeting, a principal meeting, and then one-on-one meetings bi-weekly with all the directors and principals. And then we're having a district leadership retreat on the 21st. So lots of things going, busy. It's been good. It's been great. I have been very welcomed with open arms, and everybody's been excited. And Miss Pearl's great. She'll go get me a Coke if I need a Coke. She's wonderful. I'm not used to having somebody, and she's been wonderful and welcoming and willing to do anything to help. So it's been a good week.
Okay. Thank you again. We're thrilled to have you here. It's going to be good. Okay, that concludes our business this evening.
I'm sorry, I have a point of clarification since someone's starting payroll tomorrow. Are we talking certified and classified or uncertified?
I don't know. I just, when I looked down and saw that tonight, I thought, oops. So I don't, was it last year, Bobby, that we, or year before, that we gave some pretty good raises? We changed the schedule. So,
If you look at the attachment,
okay.
it says certified salary schedule on the agenda item, but the attachment has the classified with a 2% also.
Okay.
The one you sent.
Okay, let's go back just for the record, then up to item 6C, and is there, okay, help me out here, Becky, do we need to amend, go back and, once we voted on it, or we'll need
I
to?
thought your original motion was the certified and classified salary schedule. So, not schedule, but raise 2% for certified and classified.
Okay, so Catherine, if I misspoke when I stated the motion, it would be both. Okay. I think that takes care of us tonight. Do we have? Yeah, good catch. Yeah. So, okay, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, and